Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I will be giving you my round 22 NRL tips of 2023. Now, last week we got a ridiculous 3 out of 8. Last week, correct? We got the Panthers, got the Warriors, and got the Cowboys. Every other game we lost. The worst sprint I've had in a long time. But with that out of the way, let's get into round 22, and hopefully I get a better, better, I get a better round this week. And the first game to kick off round 22 of the NRL season, it is up in Queensland at the Gabba. It is the Brisbane Broncos taking on the Sydney Roosters. The Roosters are coming off a win over the Titans, leading 30 points to nil at one stage, winning 36 points to 18 on the Gold Coast on the weekend. And as for Broncos, they defeated my boys, the Rabbits, winning 36 points to 20 on the Sunshine Coast Stadium last Friday night. Now, the head-to-head between these two has been quite even. In the past 10 games, Roosters have won 6 of the past 10 games, which includes winning 5 of the past 6 fixtures. Brisbane last won against the Roosters back in 2021 when they beat them 34 points to 16. This will be the first time these two have also played at the Brisbane Cricket Ground. The first time Broncos played at the Gabba was not too long ago against the Dolphins, where they won 24-16, I believe the score was. So I guess you could say this is the battle of the cricket ground games for this one, as the Roosters are using the SCG at the moment, as Allianz is unavailable due to the Women's FIFA World Cup. But for this game, although the Roosters put off what they should have been like this all year, I'll still go the Broncos to win this one. I'll go 1-12. I'll go Broncos to win by 8. I'll go on the scoreline of 28-20. Now on to Friday night, the first one kicking off at 6 PM up there in Tamworth at Scully Park. It is the West Tigers taking on my boys, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The Tigers lost the Spring Bowl game of 2023, resulting in them to be confirmed to get the wooden spoon in back-to-back years, losing 18 points to 14 at Wynn Stadium last week against the Dragons. And as for my boys, we lost to the Broncos on the Sunshine Coast, 36-20. We led 14-12 at half-time. We just gave up after that. Horrible game against the Broncos, but I'm hoping we'll bounce back against the Tigers. Now, in the past 10 games... Oh, hang on. This will be the first time these two will clash at Scully Park. The Tigers have been taking this home fixture to Tamworth for the last couple of years now. I believe since 2018 or 2019, and they have I think they have a 50% win record there. But in the past 10 games between these two clubs, Rabbits have won 8 of the past 10, which includes winning 6 of the past 7. We've already met against each other early in the year. I was at the game at a core stadium. We won 20 points to nil. It was a dull game, but we got there in the end. And we've been in all sorts of trouble when we're outside the top 8 for the first time in a long time this year. I can't recall the last time the Bunnies were outside the top 8 this year. It has to be like round 6 or round 7. And as for the Tigers, it seems like they will get the wooden spoon for 2023 back-to-back. But for this game, I'm going to go the Bunnies to win 13 plus, bounce back. I mean, if we lose to the Tigers of all teams, there's a disaster coming for us. And I think we could miss the 8. But for us to still stay in contention top 8, I'll go the Bunnies to win 13 plus. Rabbits to win by 16. Scoreline, I'm going 30-14. And the final Friday night game, kicking off at 8 PM at Marvel Stadium in Melbourne, is between the Melbourne Storm and the Parramatta Eels. The Eels almost pulled it off, but they lost to the Eels, lost to the Cowboys, my apologies, losing 24 points to 16 up there in Townsville on the weekend. And as for Melbourne, oh boy, upsetted by Newcastle. Who would have anticipated that? Losing 26-18. Wow, and that puts the top four, the fourth spot in jeopardy for them now. It's open up for the other teams in the top 8. But still too early to call though. Now this will be the first time these two have met at Marvel Stadium in a very long time. Now, according to rugbyleague.org, last time these two played was in 2001, where where Parramatta won 54 points to 10 against Melbourne there. Wow. Oh no, sorry, my apologies. No, that's incorrect. These two have actually met twice here. And also in the 2007 preliminary final, Melbourne won 26 points to 10, so it's 1-1 apiece at this venue. So it should be an interesting game as both teams are coming off losses. In the past 10 games between these two, it is 5 games apiece. But Parramatta have won 4 of the past 6 fixtures. And Melbourne already beat them earlier this year in starting the open of 2023 NRL season, winning 16 points to 12, keeping their round 1 winning streak intact for now. Who do I see winning this game? It's very tough to call, but it is in Melbourne. I will go Melbourne to win 1-12. I'm going to go Melbourne by 6. I'm going to scoreline 18-12. I think it's going to be low scoring. On to Super Saturday now. The first one kicking off at 3 PM down there at GIO Stadium in Canberra. It is the Canberra Raiders taking on the Newcastle Knights. The Raiders coming off a 1-point loss, Golden Point, against the Warriors. Jared Croker missed the conversion, so went to Golden Point. And a field goal from Sean Johnson managed to win for the Warriors, losing 20 points to 19 for the Raiders. And on the other side for the Newcastle Knights, a shocking upset. No one expected except for the people up there in Newcastle. Newcastle won 24-16, breaking their 11-year, 13-game losing streak. 11-game, 13-year losing streak against the Storm. Good on them for winning and keeps their top 8's hope still alive for the time being. Yeah, this will also be the first time these two have clashed. The last time the Knights won in Canberra, was back in 2018 in a high-scoring game where they won 30-28. And in the past 10 games between these two, Knights have won 6 of the past 10, which includes winning 4 of the past 6 fixtures. And the Knights beat the Raiders earlier in the year 24-14 in Newcastle. Now, who do I see winning this game? This one is very, very tough to call. Raiders to solidify themselves in the top 4. Currently, they're in 5th. And as for the Knights, they're trying to get closer to... they're only 2 points off the top 8, or 1 point at the moment, because they're on 23 points. But, it's really tough to call. I'm going to play it safe. I'll go Canberra to win 1-12. They can't win 13+. I'll go Raiders to win by 4. I'm going to go scoreline 22-18. The next game on Saturday, kicking off at 5:30 PM in Wollongong at Wynn Stadium. It is the Sir George Illawarra Dragons taking on the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. Manly almost blew it against the Sharks, but they just held on to win 30 points to 26 to keep their top 8 finals alive. And as for the Dragons, they won the Spoon Bowl against the Tigers, winning 18 points to 14 in Wollongong last week. 4 points clear of the wooden spoon, so it seems like they are unlikely to make it now. But Never say never. Now, in the past 10 games between these two, Dragons have won 7 of the past 10, which includes winning 4 of the past 6 fixtures. Now, here's a fun fact for you. Since the NRL era, Manly have played 9 games on the gong, and they have lost every single one except one. The last time Manly won in Wollongong was in 2003, where they won 38 points to 12 against the Dragons. And since then, they've lost every game in Wollongong, which is unbelievable. Shocking. But they used to beat the Illawarra Steelers at Wynn Stadium back in the 90s and 80s and that as well. So this one will be a tough ask for Manly to win this one. But for this game, you know what? To break the losing streak, I will go Manly to win 1-12. I don't think it will be a 13 plus, but I'm going Manly by 12. I'm going to go Manly 24-12 to win. And the final Super Saturday fixture, kicking off 7:35 PM at Bluebet Stadium. It is the Penrith Panthers taking on the Cronulla Sharks. The Sharks almost pulled off a comeback against Manly, losing 30 points to 26 at PointsBet Stadium last week. And as for Penrith, dominated the Bulldogs, never doubt losing, winning 44-18 at Bluebet last week. And solidifying themselves as the minor premiers. But Broncos still have a chance, because technically they've still got another bye to overcome as well. Now, in the past 10 games between these two, it has been 5 games apiece, shockingly. But, however, Penrith have won 5 of the past 6 games. With Sharks' last win back in 2021, where they won 19 points to 18. Now, and also the Sharks have not won in Penrith since 2018, where they won 24-12. So for this game, I'll go Penrith 13 plus by 18 points. I'm going 36-18 scoreline. I think the way the Sharks are playing right now, they can't beat a top 8 team, and you got a tough game against my boys next week. But Sharks have a chance of falling out of the 8 as well, as we're only 2 points behind them. So, for this game, Penrith to win 13 plus by 18. Now, on to the Sunday fixtures. The first one kicking off at 2 PM in Bundaberg. The Bulldogs taking another home game to Sattler Oval, taking on the Dolphins. Dolphins are fresh off their third and final bye. Last game they played, losing to the Panthers 24-14. At KO Stadium. And as for the Bulldogs, demolished against the Panthers, 44 points to 18 on the weekend. So this will be an all-for-nothing game, this one. Now, it's been the second time the Dogs have taken this game to Bundaberg. They took the Cowboys there last year and lost 28 points to 14. This will also be the first time these two will clash for this year in their history, as there's no head-to-head between these two, so this will be the first time these will clash. I'm going to go, for this game, I'll go Dolphins to win 1-12. I'll go Dolphins to win by 10. I'll go scoreline 26-16. And the final game to wrap up round 22 of the NRL season 2023. It is the Queensland Derby. It is the Gold Coast Titans taking on the North Queensland Cowboys at Cbus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Titans are coming off a loss, losing 36 points to 18 against the Roosters. Led 30 point. They were trailing 30 points to 0 at one point, and they scored 3 tries. Wow. And as for the Cowboys, beat the Eels 24 points to 16 in the last 15 minutes. However, they let Paris score, but they held on. and this will be a quality game for the Cowboys to win. In the past 10 games between these two, Cowboys have won 7 off the past 10, which includes winning the last three games. Now, these two have already clashed this year. Cowboys won in Townsville 24 points to 12. So for this game, obviously, I'll tip the Cowboys 13 plus. I'll go Cowboys to win by 16. I'm going scoreline 28-12. And Titan season is over. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my round 22 NRL tipping video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on another video like this. And also, I just want to say thank you all for reaching 1,200 subscribers. We reached that over the last week. I just want to say thank you very much, guys. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I'm hoping we can get to 2K by sometime next year. But anyways, everyone, this will conclude the video, and I'll see you all in the Super League tipping video. Alright, I'll see you all in the next one.